Heyo, my name is Sarah, and yeah, it's been a while since I did a last book review, and truthfully, I was very reluctant to read this book because I was scared on how it would end. For those of you like, Sarah, what are you talking about? Fine, I'll get straight to it. Today's book review is on Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Second book to This Savage Song, and final book to this duology. For those of you like who've read this book, you're like, oh. Or unless I'm overreacting, and I was the one that was very depressed after reading this book. Hence the reason why I was very reluctant to read. So, non-spoilers. 4 out of 5 stars. Takes place 6 months, they even say 6 months, after This Savage Song. Kate, she's doing her own thing. August is still in the city working with the FTF, trying to gain control of the north part of the city. And we get a new point of view, people. We get the point of view of Salone, who survived in the last book and who has control over the North City. And you think that's bad enough? We get a new monster introduced in this book, and I was like, what? 4 out of 5 stars. I really can't get that much into it since it's like a sequel, but the ending was very depressing. I have more questions than answers. And I know it's supposed to be a duology, but please, Victoria Schwab, can you do a spin-off duology in this world, please? It's like more questions than answers. So that's as far as I can get into non-spoilers, really. So again, people who like scary horror monster adventure kind of thing with action, check it out. It's only a duology, and yeah. So bye, non-spoilers. Spoilers. So like I said, I was very reluctant to read this book. It's like, you know what, I bought it and I was like, yes, I'm gonna read it, and it was on my shelf, and the more I looked at it, the more I was torn. It's like, last book, do I really want the adventure to end? It's like, you know what, Sarah? Just suck it up and read it. It's like, fine, I'll read it. Now I am very depressed. Okay, so like I said, it takes 6 months later, and Kate is in Prosperity, another city in this world, and they think they're like a utopian society in a way, but in truth, how Kate put it, it's rotten on the inside. So there are monsters going around that aren't Corsai or Malachi in the city, and she has friends called the Wardens. And they're like hackers that knew the truth that was going on, and then they met Kate, and they found out that there is another type of monster going around, because at first it went for hearts. Strange. And then Kate discovers the monster in the middle of a massacre, and it was just standing there. I've been thinking, like a massacre attack, a big group or something. We're gonna see another Tsunai, but it never happened. But this monster, it's all shadows with disc-like moon eyes. I just and every time, it feeds off of chaos and violence, and it's becoming more solid. So I'm thinking, oh crap. And she believes that this monster was the creation of Prosperity. How she said it was rotting on the inside. This is like a rotten feeling or something that's taken solid form. And so she's like, oh crap, how do I exactly fight this thing? And it catches her and she starts to get infected because it gets into the person's mind, making their violent acts come out. It's like, Kay has a lot of anger issues because we see this when she escapes from it and she's working part-time as a barista and these customers are being such jackasses and she gets so violent that she's thinking of killing this person. It's like, it's in her head trying to get her to do these violent acts. I'm like, oh my lord. And of course, the wardens, they're like, you got the Coruscant, you got the Suna, you got the Malachi. Why can't I just give them simple names? So they caved up this new monster, the Chaos Eater. CE. Chaos Eater. I'll go with that because I would not have been able to come up with a name that rhymes. And so, in Prosperity, everyone knows that they're not getting any signals or anything from Verity, the city where Kate's from. And it's like, she's wondering what's going on, how's August doing. She's thinking that maybe the Malachi that she created died in the waste or something like that. And with this thing in her head, she notices that there are cracks in her eye. I'm like, Winter, the Ice Queen or something like that, the original Ice Queen. And instead of it trying to control her, she eventually learns how to see through its mind, and she just realizes the biggest mistake that she's ever done. She told the Chaos Eater what's going on in Verity and where it is. It's like, it's going to the place where chaos, violence, and death is knocked up to notch 11. And she's like, I gotta go back home. I gotta go back home and kill this thing. But she's like thinking, then I'm gonna come back to Prosperity and leave everything be. So it's like, Moving on to August. He's part of the FTF. He is more reserved, calm-faced, and hurting on the inside now. And he has Leo's voice in his head, being like the creepy, evil Sith mentor telling his brother should be the monster that everyone needs him to be. I'm like, we have people from the north coming to the south for a refugee, but they have to go through this checkpoint where August with his alpha team are there. He has to play his music, and anyone that's stained red dies. I'm like thinking, I understand this would be a violent act, but what if it was like in self-defense? You know what I mean? And still, you get killed because of that? Like, man. And Ilsa is still alive, and she still has her star markings, but I'm just thinking, how is she can no longer speak, no longer sing thanks to Stallone. How is she still alive? Does August play the music and she gets her share or something like that? But she still does the whole techie things. We see more of Henry, and we see that he's sick, but no one knows except for Emily, and August figures it out. So, remember how I said I would work with Sunai with like my Coruscant pet? I found a Sunai that I would team up with just so they can act more human. So we have a new Sunai. Its name is Sorrow. Forgive me. And he was created during the 6 months, a group of humans that intentionally went to go do a bombing to try to take out like a Coruscant nest, and it was born. It refers to itself as them and they because it just says I'm a Sunai. I'm not a he or she. I'm a Sunai. So Sorrow believes anyone stained red is a sinner. He uses a flute/knife as its weapon, and to him everything is simple black and white. There's no gray, there's no middle in there. So I'm like thinking it needs to be more human. So I would team up with Sorrow, be that annoying companion that constantly follows him everywhere, and it everywhere and has their back. Because in a way he does evolve. I like the evolution of Sorrow that I would like to know more about him. So, we know that Salone is in charge of the North. We have humans that are minions, the things, of the Malachi and that are controlled there. But during like Salone's point of view, I sense like a struggle in power in a way. Because remember the Malachi that Kate created? Named after her mother, Alice. Well, she's alive, working with Salone, and they're like the deadly duo, yet they're water and oil, not all the time mixing and stuff. And Salone, he's starting to use his brain. He's been playing with Henry's people all the time. Alice wants to have fun with August, like, see if she can kill him and all of that. And he starts thinking, we should probably take the attack to them. So he gets a few engineers and wondering, can we blow up certain areas? I'm like, all in all, Salone and Henry don't know of the Chaos Eater that's coming, along with Kate, who put a gun to like a border patrol guard to the gate at Prosperity. He's like, I'm getting out of here one way or another. It's like, you're not gonna shoot me in the air. Oh my god, you're a crazy bitch. Fine, I'll let you out. We're just trying to protect you for your own safety. He's like, I don't need my protection. So Kate's making her way through the waste. She notices the cracks are getting bigger in her eyes, and she can feel the Chaos Eaters, like, because she's tracking it and stuff. And August gets a first taste of the Chaos Eater because Henry calls, I believe it was Sorrow that called Henry, and Henry called August to come see a group of FTFs that killed themselves, right? And Sorrow's like, well, they're sinners. There's probably going to be like another Malachi or Corsair around. But August notices, like, these people turn their guns on themselves, which is very, very strange. The Chaos Eater. I am hungry. Well, apparently it doesn't exactly affect other monsters because Salome gets this report from a Malachi. It wasn't infected, but the Chaos Eater infected a bunch of fangs, and it was like, okay. So, Kate, she doesn't know what's going on exactly in Verity. And she arrives there under attack of fangs. And she didn't know that Salome was still alive until she thought they had killed him, right? And then the fangs mentioned Salome always likes these kind of girls, because apparently Salome's been killing girls with blonde hair and blue eyes, thinking that they're Kate, and just chasing them around in the penthouse until, killing them. He's like, when I get the real Kate, I'm gonna make her suffer, blah blah blah. But Alice like, she's my maker, I want to make her suffer, and blah blah blah. Just do what y'all need to do, Sharon. And I'm like, okay, so we all know that Kate is stained red. Well, she puts up a fight with the fangs, and she illegally crosses over into South City. And guess who's there? Sorrow. And he notices the fang. He kills the fang without batting an eyelash. And Kate is like, I have information. He's like, have you sinned? Well, technically, yeah, but then you must die. He's like, where is August Flynn? How do you know that name? We're friends. I saved his life. And he saved mine. So then your debt is paid. And she's like, August Flynn. I'm like, Sorrow. If I was his partner, Sorrow, I would take his flute. Chill. She says she knows August. We need to call it in, Thankfully, August was nearby because Sorrow was about to play his flute and reap Kate. I was like, but then August is like, what are you doing back? You ran away. Don't come back. And like, even Kate notices that something's off with August, how he's acting. Because, you got Leo pestering him in his mind, trying to make him be more like Leo. For a second, I thought Leo might return or something. Um, Ilsa and August are the only ones that notices Kate's eyes because she keeps it covered. So like this in the whole book, does she like have shaggy bangs over her eyes and she can still see like that? That's what I'm wondering because she even puts her hair back. It's like, do you have like a Naruto ninja hairstyle? Not the whole believe it hairstyle, but you know like how they have characters with the hair in their faces. Is she doing that kind of thing so she can see through it? It's like I don't know, but she gives information about the Chaos Eater. August finds out the truth because he touches her, and the truth falls out. And of course, she punches him in the face. A little injury there because she's angry. But it's like, oh, their friendship is rekindled. Like, Sarah, they're being violent with each other. Well, it's just the first step to their friendship to return. And it's I found it funny how she met Henry because she broke out of August's room that was locked from the outside. So she took out her lighter, switchblade, undid the doorknob, and tossed it to the side, and just like stepped out. She met Allegro, the kitty cat that now kind of likes Ilsa more. And like, she's just getting a cup of coffee. She's just trying to think what to do. And then she sees Henry in a bathrobe. I'm like, I'll be in the living room if y'all need me. Tell Sora I'm waiting for him. Where does Sora sleep? Wait, I think they said he slept in the barracks with the other humans or something like that. I don't know. I need to check out his room. Anyway, so now Henry and Kate have a little heart to heart. August comes in the room with the doorknob. Like, did you really have to do that? And Emily's also in the room. She's like, great, you're here. We have important news to tell you, August. Like, what? Emily. Kate has decided to join the FTF, which is a total lie because Kate wants to run off and go find the Chaos Eater. And so Salone, they have what's called fridges where they put more humans so they can keep before feeding on. While the humans that he kept, the engineers, trying to figure a way how to, blow up, find a way how to get into the compound with explosives. More humans are dying, but they managed to get it on record. Malachi used tablets. Am I the one that finds that weird? It's like, these are evil monster creatures that have Coruscant as security, but of course apparently afraid of the Chaos Eater. But they use tablets. I'm like, what? Anyways, moving on. Salone sees the Chaos Eater in full work and seeing how it's becoming more solid, and then comes back out into mist, and that's what the Coruscant were telling him. Like, the Coruscant all became a form and they disappeared, and they came back, and like that's why we can't catch it. And so Salone, with Alice trailing behind him, has a sheet of like gold that Colin Harker used to have, and like Salone is gonna capture the Chaos Eater after seeing what it could do. That is not a good combo. That is definitely not a good combo because Salone already has this king-like ego, and now he wants to finally get rid of Henry, and now he has something that he's gonna call my pet. Does everyone already see that Salone might actually win this? That we might actually have a bad guy winning? So, Kate plays the game of being a new recruit for like all of an hour, and she tries to go back into where they keep all the weapons to get her weapons, and then Elsa shows up before things get out of control. When they get back in the elevator, she's like, "Can't say that I tried," but I feel like a sister relationship between Ilsa and Kate, like Ilsa being the big sister and Kate being the little sister. It's like I would have loved seeing that relationship blossomed, because Ilsa gives Kate all the records of August during the 6 months that she was away. She's been counting how many days it's been since she's left, and so she sees all of these files, and August with his team, the Alpha team, like they're like a big family that August doesn't admit it at first, but he relies on these guys so much, like they're his own, like, blood. They're his own family. It's like, he is crowned. No, Sorrow, let's work on you. Either way, he goes to see Kate. He finds out that she got the files and everything. And he wants to also help her get to the Chaos Eater because she can see through its eyes. So, when Kate tries to lure the Chaos Eater, we get like a flip-flop between Sloane and Kate. Because Kate goes outside the compound trying to lure it to her. Well, oh no, Sloane brought the most violent things he has in his arsenal and tells him to, like, if you kill this person, okay, Alice is the one that gives out the command, if you kill this guy, you'll be our right-hand man. And they're all like, go savage on him. And while Kate, who isn't very liked at the compound, gets attacked by people that only see her as a harker, and she's trying to think, where is I'm causing a little damage over here? Well, Sorrow apparently is just polishing his flute. Again, his human partner. Go do something! We have all these humans killing this one guy, and the power starts flickering, and Sloane is like, oh, it's here. Whoa. And of course, the Chaos Eater shows, and all the humans start killing each other silently. I didn't expect that one. But all in all, Alice releases the cage. Release the Kraken. Sorry. And it lands on the Chaos Eater. And it's like, Kate also sees this. And Sora's watching her getting all obsessed, like, still watching what's going on with the Chaos Eater. And she's like, Sloane has the Chaos Eater. And then Sorrow freaks out because it realizes that Kate's infected and knocks her out and calls Henry. And like August, being able to tell the truth all the time, just easily avoids the question. And so forth. And it's like, oh my, it's getting close to the end. I mean, the bombings that are going off by Sloane, they're taking out generators and stuff. Kate joins them after breaking out. She sees Alice for the first time trying to rescue August because, all the ground is starting to part from the bombings underneath. And August falls underground. He sees Alice because they've been fighting so many times. And she's like, I wonder how long a Coruscant can hold its breath. And there's like another bombing underneath the subway he fell in. And he's like in the water because there's a river underneath. And Kate and Sorrow are now like a cohesive team. Because she's like, Sorrow! And like, she goes down with Sorrow as a team. And, Sorrow's going to go get August. And Kate's keeping guard. And she sees Alice. And she's like, oh my god, I thought you died. And Alice is all like, hee hee hee. But she runs off. And Sorrow gets August. And when they're all back at the compound. And Alice sends an anonymous thing. Like, are you afraid of your own shadow? To everyone. Intending it to get to Kate. Kate's like, you know what? I'm going to end this right now. She goes across the sea. August figuring out what she's going to do. He's going to go after her alone. This group is like, boss, where you go, we go. We got your back. And Sorrow is standing by the Jeep. And then August's like, are you going to tell Henry or blah, blah, blah. And like, here's another Jeep coming. And it's Henry in there saying he's going to go with them. And Sorrow is like, bring her back. And he leaves. And it's like, whoa, Sorrow. You have grown, child, in the last how many days since Kate's been here? And like August is like wondering why Henry wants to come, and Henry is like, a person is a movement, but if it's a cause for the movement, people will follow. And it's like he wants to die because he's sick. I'm like, no, Henry, don't. And Kate gets to the tower where she used to live, and there's Sloane with all the malachite and Coruscant, like, Kate is back, Kate is back, Kate is back, Kate is back. Take a chill pill, people. Chill. So she fights Sloane, who's been dreaming of this day for so long. He gets the upper hand, he bites her, but apparently, like Alice had said, after drinking the blood of the people that were infected by the Chaos Eater, Sloane is like, what have you done to yourself? After biting her and tasting that her blood is different. And then, August comes in with the guys, guns ablaze, rescuing Kate, but they realize Sloane gets away. Damn it! And Flynn is gone. Sloane uses that to his plan, provokes the FTF by filming a live broadcast of captured Henry with like a bomb maybe? And everyone's like, we must go rescue our leader. And it's like, Kate and August are suiting up, and then Sorrow leaves his Jeep with his group, and like he walks right up to Kate, drops a bag, and leaves, and it's her steaks, her iron sticks that she's had since Prosperity. He's like, aw, you shouldn't have. He is growing so much. And they go to rescue Henry, but they realize everything's a little too easy. And when they rescue Henry, he's like, it's a trap. And they're like, yeah, but nothing's happened, but it's not for here. Salone's point of view. Those engineers that he had changed his mind about making the explosion a little smaller. So they blew up a hole underneath the FTF compound, not the whole thing, but the floor. And they have the Chaos Eater. And he lets it loose. And while the group are trying to leave the penthouse, Alice shows up saying, oh, y'all can leave. Just leave, one sinner behind. And Kate's like, y'all need to get out of here. And Augie's like, I don't want to leave you. She's like, you need to get Henry out of here. Seriously, go. And like, don't worry, I'll be back. Kate's like, don't worry, I'll be here when you get back. And like, August is very reluctant to leave, but he has to go because they figured out a way how to keep the people from killing each other when they're already infected by the Chaos Eater is to play music. And it's like, they get to the compound, August and crew, and he and Sorrow are the only ones that can go in there, and he tells Sorrow to go up and play some music on the, microphone or whatever, so everyone can stop killing each other. And while Sorrow leaves, and Salone's enjoying the chaos, he has a little haunting moment when Ilsa shows up. He thought all the Signite were gone, but no, Ilsa's still there. She holds her ground for a while. Okay, this is where it feels like a little anticlimactic. Because Ilsa's fighting Salome with a knife, of course. August shows up with his bow from this violin. And with Ilsa and August together, and Salome's like, feels like the odds are tipping out of his favor. Like, August goes after him. Salome goes for August, but he forgets about Ilsa. Ilsa comes at him. They're working in a group together. And then Salome does like a little taunt saying that, did you leave Catherine alone with Alice? She'll die. And, a moment there. But all in all, Ilsa, catches Salome, and August is the one that does the death blow, right? And it's like, that was easy. And then there's the Chaos Eater finally becoming whole, and the moment it speaks, it says, I am real. The darkness in both Ilsa and August wants to come out. I'm like, oh, they're going dark. But Sorrow starts playing his music on the, system. And they recover. And August realizes that a soul is what can kill the Chaos Eater. And he's about to touch it to get rid of it. But then Ilsa goes dark. We just see horns and the wings and so forth. Hugs it, and it disintegrates. She returns normal, but then she starts cracking, and then she shatters like glass. Elsa! You were supposed to live! Very anticlimactic how they got rid of Salome and the Chaos Eater, which has been causing so much chaos. And Ilsa dies! No! And then it gets worse from that. We have Kate, who shows Alice that she's infected by the Chaos Eater, and she's fighting Alice Battle Royale. And when the Chaos Eater dies, she's back to being human. And she's exhausted. Alice is winning, but then Kate gets in Alice's head saying, "Fine, I give up. You win." And Alice is like, "What?" And Kate makes a final move to one of her spikes, and Alice is coming, and like, Kate is rolling, grabs it, and she's coming up, and the moment she stabs Alice in the heart, Alice throws a punch through Kate. Oops. August sees one of the tablets that are still filming in the penthouse, and he goes straight to Kate. And he's like, Kate's dying! What the hell? Kate was supposed to live! It's like she's asking August if the souls that he reaps stay with him, because the longer he's holding onto her, the more her red is coming out. That means the longer he holds her, he's gonna reap her. And she's dying. He doesn't want her to die. And he says, I don't know if the souls of the people that I reap still stay with me. And Kate doesn't answer. He's like, Kate, and there's no more red over her, and she dies in his arms. I'm like, at the end, we have a nice funeral for all those who died. Sorrow is very conflicted because there's white mixed with red for the people that were infected by the Chaos Eater. And, they realize that they still have to take care of the city, because with Solon and Alice gone, some Malachi went to the way, some stayed, the Coruscant need to be cleaned up. Henry's still alive. And Sorrow's like, are you coming with me, brother? And August is like, I am. And it ends there. I wanted my Disney ending! I wanted it! So bad. I wanted it so badly. I wanted it so bad. Ilsa was supposed to be alive. Kate was supposed to be alive. She could have been in recovery for a few months. She was making friends. She could have been a team with Ilsa. Oh my god. It's not fair. I know fair isn't real, but it's not fair. As you can see, this is why I am depressed. And good enough reason why I was so reluctant to read this book. I didn't get my Disney ending. Okay? The fight between Solon and the Chaos Eater felt a little anticlimactic. How easy we were able to get rid of them. Elsa was supposed to live. Kate was supposed to live. The friendship between Kate and August was supposed to last until they went their separate ways. You can see what this book has done to me. I finished this book. I got 12 in the morning. I was like, how can I go to sleep now, knowing this? Does anyone else share my feelings? Please comment if you do, because I wanted my Disney ending. Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. 4 out of 5 stars. This book screws with your emotions at the end. I would like to see another spin-off duology or so forth with Sorrow's point of view, because I believe he has more room to grow, to become, understand more human-like. So forth. I want to see more of the world out there, because it's very interesting. Do the other cities have their own monsters brewing? As far as okay with spoilers, because as you can see, it's again, I wanted my Disney ending. Ilsa should be alive. Kate should be alive. Maybe they could have brought in the Wardens. Well, like the connection was down. But, at the end to help out, because they were introduced but then they were forgotten. Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Second book, Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Second book, The Savage Song. Second book, and a duology. So, yeah. My name is Sarah, and bye!